Fort Canning Park. It's a very old nature park, one of the oldest in Singapore. And today is a Friday, and there are some young couples who came here to take their wedding photographs. Very interesting. It's a place where newly wedded couples come here to take their photographs. It's a very old historic park. Very interesting. Here the signboard says the old Christian cemetery. This green space was used as a Christian burial ground from 1822 to 1865. Here you can see some very old tombstones. Willie died 1856. So some of the tombs are very old. Sacred to the memory of William Henry Minard, Master Mariner, died in Singapore 1850, age 52 years. Sacred to the memory of George William Franklin, who departed this life on the 7th of January 1852, age 1 month 15 days. Very interesting place. There are some nutmeg trees at Fort Canning Park. Here you can see a close-up picture of a green nutmeg. This one is not ripe, so it's a bit greenish, and slowly it will turn yellow. Very interesting place. You can see a lot of nutmegs over here. Nutmegs, green, slowly turning yellow. And those which are ripe are actually yellow in color. You see a lot of nutmegs over here. Very beautiful. So this park has a lot of nutmeg trees and some old cemeteries. You can see a lot of old tombstones around here. Very, very old tombstones. Right here I can see some of the very ornate tombstones. Some are really broken, some are still standing. So you can see here it says in memory of William Ronaldson, son of Richard Ronaldson, Howick, born at Rideau, Roxburghshire, Scotland, 1844, died in Singapore, 1884. Late Superintendent Engineer, New Harbour Dock Company, and President of the Engineers Association of Singapore. Erected by the employees of New Harbour Dock Company, members of the Engineers Association and friends. In memory of Arthur Forbes, eldest son of the late Major Forbes, died 1870, aged 28 years, erected by his friends Guthrie and Company. Sacred to the memory of William Cuppage, acting Postmaster General in Singapore, died 1872, in his 65th year. The will be done. He leaves 11 sons, 2 daughters, 8 daughters-in-law, 1 son-in-law, 35 grandchildren, and 2 grandsons-in-law to mourn his loss. A bitter grief, a shock severe, to part with one we love so dear. Our loss is great, we won't complain, but hope through Christ to meet again. So this is a tombstone of Lee Kiyasun, in affectionate and loving remembrance of Lee Kiyasun John, the beloved husband of Madam Cecilia Cheng Hao Neo, died 1927, aged 73 years, rest in peace. Very interesting. A lot of old tombstones here. Here it says, in loving memory of Nelson William Cashin, died 1899, aged 45 years. What must I do to be saved? This was from youth to age, his earnest cry. The answer taught him how to live and die. This monument is erected by his nephew, Alex. Sacred to the memory of Chick, the beloved wife of M. Hassan, died 1865, aged 20 years. This one is in German. Here, Rat, Hans Hermann SK, General Consul, born 1856, died 1904. Well, you can see a lot of very old tombstone around here, more than 100 years old, in memory of Vladimir Astafyev, late lieutenant of the Imperial Russian Army, born 1860, died in Singapore 1890. So he died at the age of 30 years. In memory of Elliot Charles Beauville Knight Bachelor, Chief Justice of this colony, died of cholera contracted while on duty 1893, aged 45 years. This stone was placed by his brother, judges, the bar, and the officers of the Supreme Court of the said settlements. Very interesting. So Fort Canning Park is very beautiful. You can see the red pathways, the green grass, tombstones, and a very old building, the Fort Canning Center. This must be more than 100 years old. Very, very old. Very interesting place. You see a lot of flowers and trees around here. So Fort Canning Park is one of the oldest in Singapore. More tombstones here, sacred to the memory of Robert McDougall, seaman of the H.C. Steam Frigate Semiramis, who departed this life in 1819, aged 26 years. This stone was erected by his shipmates as a mark of their esteem and regard. Sacred to the memory of John Edwards, late seaman of the Park Arab, who departed this life in 1887, aged 41 years. Beneath this stone are related the remains of William Marriott and his brother, children of Mr. and Mrs. Church of Singapore. The Lord is our shepherd. Very, very old tombstones. Sacred to the memory of William Clement Buck Hydrus, died 1859, aged 37 years, erected by his seafaring brothers. Now you can see all these old tombstones dating back to 1856. Here lie the remains of Peter Howard of Preston in the county of Lancashire, England, second son of John Howard of the same place, attorney at law, and Hama, his wife, who died in Singapore 1845 AD. Very, very old tombstone, sacred to the memory of George Green, seaman of HMS Raleigh, who met his death on the 4th of October 1837 by falling from a loft whilst furling sails. His shipmates have erected this stone to his memory as the last mark of their esteem and regret. Very interesting. Sacred to the memory of William Templeton, shipwright, who departed this life on 25th of May in 1829, aged 50 years. He was an affectionate husband and a sincere friend to all who knew him. Sacred to the memory of Anna, wife of W.C. Lesk, died 1864, aged 55 years. In life respected, in death lamented. Very interesting. A lot of old tombstones here, dating back to 1844, 1850, very old. But it has a lot of historical significance, these tombstones. Like this park, Fort Canning Park has a lot of trees, flowers. You can see spathiphyllum, white color. Very interesting. And here's the gate. Fort Canning at a glance. You can see the old historical gateway to Fort Canning Park. Gateway is made of solid bricks, white in color. So on a Friday morning, you can see a lot of youngsters, visitors, locals and tourists roaming this place to breathe in the fresh air, enjoy the flowers, having a wonderful time over here. And I can see some young brides who are here to take photographs because they registered their wedding at the nearby building, Registry of Marriages. Very beautiful alpinia flowers. And this is the old historical site where Dr. Nixit came to do his excavations. Deciphering the dig site. This dig site located between the Karamat Iskandar Shah and the walls of the old Christian cemetery was first excavated in 1987. Unlike other areas of Fort Canning which had undergone development during the British colonial period, the vicinity was left mostly intact. Soil samples collected from this location also suggest human activity followed by a period of abandonment. Very interesting place. Dr. Nixit came here to dig out the old pottery. You can see the bunga kantan, the rujak flower, banana trees, banyan trees with its hanging roots. Very interesting place. You can hear the insects chirping, birds chirping, the noise made by cicadas. So on my left is a row of banana trees. On a Friday morning, you could see some families here, husband, wife, two daughters, walking here, enjoying the fresh air. Very interesting place. This one is the star fruit tree. Star fruit tree, Everal carambola. Everal carambola. Very interesting. This one is a rambutan tree. Nephilium lapacium, rambutan tree. Let's enjoy the food, smell the flowers and talk about fairy tales. So this is a very quiet park. Not much noise except for the noise created by the cicadas. Remnants of an ancient orchard. So long ago, this place was planted with rambutan trees, durian trees, duku, pomelo, citrus maxima. So this was a fruit orchard many years ago. But today most of the trees have been destroyed except for starfruit and rambutan. Still a lot of pandan leaves around. And on my left is the registry of marriages. So I'm walking towards Funan Center. Here I could see a pomelo tree, Citrus maxima, the pomelo tree. And then this is a lime tree and rambutan tree, Nephilium rapacium rambutan. Next I can see the bird nest fern, Asplenium nidus. Very interesting, the spores are on the underside of the leaf. This is the older part of Fort Canning, a rain shelter. I can see some tall trees here, Magnolia Cempaka. Some old statues over here. And a beautiful flower, yellow flower, Cananga odorata. Perfume garden, Gardenia jasminoides, Murraya paniculata, Magnolia cempaka, Jasminum sambat. Very interesting place, a lot of flowers. Some old pottery here, very old pottery. Magnolia alba. This tree has white flowers, very fragrant. The old gateway and some monkey statues here. Right next you have a pond with some aquatic plants. Very beautiful aquatic plants. This part is more than 100 years old. Very, very old. This is a tall tree. And you can see that the leaves are actually stricken with a disease. These leaves are stricken with a disease. The flowers are red in color, very interesting. Bright red flowers. But the leaves are badly damaged. You can see the leaf disease. Costus flowers, orange color, very beautiful. And over there you can see the public toilets, the wooden benches for visitors. And next I cut to the frangipani tree. This one has pink flowers, Plumeria rubra. Very interesting place. This is called the Raffles Garden. So Thomas Stamford Raffles was a founder of modern Singapore. Is remembered for his public life in the former British colonies in Southeast Asia. As you step into Raffles Garden, take an intimate glimpse into the botanical collections and personal life of one of Singapore's most well-known historical leaders. This one is an old lighthouse, very old lighthouse. Fort Canning Lighthouse, 1903 to 1958. Maritime Corner, Osberg Lighthouse. Here you can see a fig tree with a lot of figs. I'm going up a flight of steps at the Maritime Corner. Up the steps. later on. The creepers are called Tetrastigma rafflesiae, cashew tree, Anacardium occidentale, rose myrtle, Rhodomytus tomentosa. Very interesting place. Right, a lot of trees and flowers. You can see some visitors here on the Friday morning. Very beautiful park. And this plant here is very sharp thorns. You can pierce your body and your eye and you go blind. This is the view of the Singapore River from the top of Fort Canning. Many tall buildings near the Singapore River. Right, if you look down, you can see part of the Singapore River. This one is quite near to Boat Quay and Clarke Quay. Boat Quay and Clarke Quay, just below here. So I'm still at Fort Canning Park, walking along the paths in the cool of the morning. This is Friday morning. Now it's December 2021. Right, December 2021, and the park has been here for more than 100 years. Very beautiful park. I come to Raffles Garden. So Raffles Garden is very big, huge, sprawling park. And here it says the tree is called the flame of the forest, Dilonix regia. This tree has very bright red flowers. Very bright red flowers. Very interesting. Alright, you can see a lot of trees around here. Many tall trees. Here you can see this tree here with flowers. A lot of flowers. You can see the fruits. And you can see some butterflies fluttering around here. So this is the flame of the forest. Alright, now it is not the peak season, so you can see only a little bit of red flowers. Alright, very interesting. You see the red scarlet flowers. So bright and so red, it catches your eye straight away. You can see the red flowers. Dilonix regia, the red flowers. And behind is the coconut tree. Right over there you see the Fort Canning Lighthouse. Right, you can see the red flowers, Dilonix regia. Very beautiful park. Next I come to the Raffles Garden. There's a fountain there called the Raffles Garden with a lot of fountains. This is the view of the Singapore River from the top of Fort Canning. Many tall buildings near the Singapore River. Right, if you look down, you can see part of the Singapore River. This one is quite near to Boat Quay and Clarke Quay. Boat Quay and Clarke Quay, just below here. So I'm still at Fort Canning Park, walking along the paths in the cool of the morning. This is Friday morning. Now it's December 2021. Right, December 2021, and the park has been here for more than 100 years. Very beautiful park. I come to Raffles Garden. So Raffles Garden is very big, huge sprawling park. And here it says the tree is called the flame of the forest, the Lonyx regia. This tree has very bright red flowers. Very bright red flowers. Very interesting. Alright, you can see a lot of trees around here. Many tall trees. Here you can see this tree here with flowers, a lot of flowers. You can see the fruits. And you can see some butterflies fluttering around here. So this is the flame of the forest. Alright, now it is not the peak season, so you can see only a little bit of red flowers. Alright, very interesting. You see the red scarlet flowers. So bright and so red, it catches your eye straight away. You can see the red flowers. The Lonyx regia, the red flowers. And behind is the coconut tree. Right over there you see the Fort Canning Lighthouse. You can see the red flowers, the Lonyx regia. Very beautiful park. Next I come to the Raffles Garden. There's a fountain there called the Raffles Garden with a lot of fountains.